Love your content. You're helping a lot of us to not settle. Yeah, don't settle. Don't get me wrong. Like some of you people have expectations that are so ridiculously high that maybe you should bring them to reality a bit. Okay, just to be clear. However, that doesn't though mean that you should, have reasonable expectations for somebody or other people, whatever, for as partners for yourself. You should definitely have some reasonable expectation for a partner. So just don't make the mistake in thinking that, not settling means having some ridiculously high standards for people, because a lot of those people just don't exist. Just being okay, Pick somebody who's sensible and reasonable and honest, and that's a good baseline. You guys can work with that. Okay? All right. Zoot suit, right. You think this is a zoot suit? Blue, this is a blue suit. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a zoot suit, though I think a zoot suit, I might need a zoot suit. That's pretty sick, actually. Yeah. So just make the distinguishable difference between reasonable expectations and settling, okay? So like, don't settle doesn't mean imagine some perfect specimen in your mind about who would be the absolute perfect fit for you, because that doesn't exist. You need to sort of, what does exist is somebody suitable and at your level, and then a fuck ton of compromise. Then you got something. That's about it though. Don't shoot any higher than that, because lest you be disappointed. Yeah, I think I'm all right. You have a nice smile. Thank you. You can't have it though. Why though? Why though what? What's up, Instagram? And TikTok? What is happening here? Good question. So lower your standards. I'm not saying lower your standards. I'm saying just be realistic. Be reasonable and realistic. Okay? So here's what I mean. Some people have ridiculously impossible standards, which then sets them up for failure. Is that their standards are so high, or think that somebody that they need to be with needs to be so perfect that they'll never settle for anyone. And it's not about settling for them. It's just being realistic, because people aren't perfect. And you might find somebody who's close enough, but again, as long as they're honest, that's a big one. Honest, willing to compromise. That's a pretty good. That's pretty good, man. I would just do that, to go with that one. You're attracted to him, is honest, willing to compromise, communicates with you. Can't get much better than that, to be honest. Because let me tell you something, man. Willingness to compromise, hear you, and then have a willingness to compromise is such a rare fucking thing, because everybody's so goddamn self-absorbed that it's very difficult to have anybody allow for any sort of relationship to work at all. Because nobody's willing to compromise. It's either my way or get the fuck out. And that's both parties approach dating that way, and it makes it difficult. Sensible, intelligent, willing to compromise, those are much bigger things than them just already coming perfect. Does that make sense? Hope that helps. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. I'm sorry, Michael. Oops. What are you drinking that Red Bull for? Because I have a date. And I'm tired. I don't want to do anything. But, I'll rally. Daddy, I might be. Older women compromise? I wouldn't say that. Let's see here. I don't think... wait, hang on a sec. I don't think you go camping either. Here's the thing. So I grew up, kind of poor. It's not that my family was poor. My father's side was kind of wealthy, but I was raised by a single mother. And that being said, we didn't have a lot, growing up. So I had to grow into myself and make something of myself, more or less, on my own. But while I was growing up under my mother's care, okay, I did have I had supervision sometimes from my father. Like we'd go and have visitation. That's what I meant to say, visitation. And my dad was in the military and all this stuff, so he thought it was very important to take us out, go camping, do all this stuff. And the way we went camping back in the day was rough. We were roughing it out there. That's just the way it was. So I grew up like that, totally did that, hunting, fishing, camping, all that stuff. I did all of that. Now I prefer it. It's all sort of handled for me, But don't get me wrong, I totally can. I could be out in the woods and survive the apocalypse for a few extra days, something along those lines. I wouldn't say I'm a woodsman or a hermit, but I can definitely hold my own. How much was your shirt? I think these are like $250, but these are custom. This is like made for me. I could watch you talk for hours. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Hope the date goes well. Yeah, me too. I'm hopeful though. I do all right. Why do exes always come back? Great question. I'll tell you why. I will tell you the answer. Why exes always come back. Because you, sis, are far more convenient to hit up as an outlet for sex than going out into the world and dealing with all the bullshit that comes with meeting new women. And that's a challenge, and it's hard to get back out there, especially for guys. They have to kind of hit the reset and kind of get in their groove. They'll go a long period of time without having any new woman sleep with them at all, and that causes a lot of lonely nights. And then hitting up that ex seems to be sounding real keen to, maybe I should just do that, And then they regrettably hit up their ex, and then they hook up again, and then you guys do this rubber band thing where you guys have a history, and there's like some emotion still involved, but the sex is still good. So you're just doing this like rubber band bullshit because the guy can't replace you quickly enough. And then you guys end up in a weird touch and go relationship until its inevitable end. So it's just best not to humor it, so we can move on faster. Rip that Band-Aid off, sister. Way better. Do that. If you're pilots, they never come back. I don't know what that means. Russell, hey. Do you live alone or with roommates? I live alone. Your laugh is adorable. I'll take that. Red Bull is a staple. I know, right? Tell me about it. Have you ever left a date and didn't say anything? Yes, I have. I've walked out on dates. You get to the point where it's just like, man, I don't want to sit here and just do the song and dance. I'd pay though, I'll just pay, just leave. It's just like, I just straight up tell them, this isn't going to work out for me. I'm good. We don't have to do this. And I'll just fucking leave. I used to be much more like nice about things, but now I'm just like, let's just not waste each other's time, man. I don't have time to waste. Hello. How picky are you? I'd say I have some unreasonable expectations of my own too, but I don't think they're that unreasonable. Looking a little bigger, bro. Yeah, I've been working out. How about dating a married man? Well, just know that if you're dating a married man, then you're going to be a secret, and you're going to be. And the best case scenario is that you're a fucking homewrecker, and that's a rough place to be in, especially because all the stuff that comes with that. And the worst case scenario is that you're just a dirty little secret forever. So, if you find that attractive, then go for it, sis. I don't know. Got to be upfront on dates. Agreed. What do you think about older men with the younger women? I think that's pretty normal. Most older guys typically, guys don't really change much. They keep getting older, but they still kind of date or prefer to like the same age range in dating typically. But I think it's pretty natural for guys to date younger and women to date older. It's kind of a natural way. At all ages, typically women don't prefer to date younger than them, straight up. Like it happens where you might see a girl date a guy, 2 or 3 years younger than her or whatever. But for the most part, girls like to date older, more mature, more knowledgeable, more experienced, more confident, that sort of stuff than they are. They don't necessarily like to date just young guys, typically, not seriously at least. Cougars will. Yeah, cougars will for sure. Because it's just an outlet, but that's not the same thing. Oh, Jesus, it's going so fast. What are your views on polyamorous relationships? It's okay. The problem with polyamorous relationships is that there's always fucking jealousy. There's always issues of jealousy. Because I'll give you an example. I've been in 2 polyamorous relationships where both girls lived with me. There's me and 2 other girls, and they both lived with me in my house. We all slept in the same bed, but they had their own rooms, but that never really worked out. So they just slept in the same bed. That was okay. The problem was the jealousy. God, the jealousy. It's like, even when you guys are all kind of together in a situation, there's jealousy. There's a lot of playing telephone back and forth and all that shit. It gets complicated. And then if you're in one of those polyamorous relationships where, you're going on the outside, you're leaving the home, right? And you're going out into the world. There's a lot of jealousy. It's just not worth it, man. I mean, unless you're very fucking comfortable, but most people, to be human is to have a little bit of jealousy and envy in there, So it's hard. It's a hard business, but it's worth it if you can handle it. Ever been with a guy? No, that's not for me. Nothing wrong with that, but just not my thing. The problem isn't the jealousy, it's the insecurity. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the same shit. Does communication really matter? Yeah, to a point. Okay, thank you. I prefer being free. Yeah, I get that. You're hilarious. Thank you. What do you think of dating older women? I think that some guys do that. Not me, though. Not that I haven't dabbled, because I have, but no, not anymore. Are you in a relationship? No. I can't do a polyamorous relationship because I can't do a polyamorous relationship because I am so jealous. I only want my man to want me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a pretty common modus operandi. However, doesn't mean that, you might find your rare breeds that might be fine with it. Hi, handsome. Hello. At what point do men commit? Real solid men that are going places later. They should be. Typically guys that are successful guys, are prudent and practical, and they go way later. So I wouldn't hold your breath for a young guy that's on his way up. Do you think dating apps are legit? Yeah, dating apps are fine. Just, cast a wide net. It's good. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel a little bit, but it's not so bad. There's still morsels in there. Definitely try them out. The youngest you've dated, as long as it's legal, it's okay with me. I am a doctor, and I think you're right. Thank you, Doc. Thanks, Doc. Should I tell him I have a crush, or will it scare him away? I know he is crushing on me also. Here's the deal. Most guys, especially young guys, are fucking oblivious. They don't know anything. You think they know the signals? You think they know what your eyes mean and shit? When you're communicating with your eyeballs to your friends? They don't fucking know anything. Guys are so fucking oblivious, and most of them never figure it out. So, if you have a crush on a guy, or you want to talk to a guy, you should just simply tell him. Because he would be so relieved, because he's just in a world of, I don't know, just dumb as fuck. So you just got to tell him. And when you tell him, they're going to go, oh, I didn't know you felt that way. I'm so glad you said. He will be relieved. Trust me. And I think you'll be better off than keeping it a big secret. How tall are you? I'm 6'1". What kind of doctor? I'm not a doctor. Are you a relationship professional? I'd say I'm more of just a provocateur of common fucking sense. But, we're talking about dating, so here we are. You're handsome. Thank you. Good days and bad, though. Is your brother Justin? No. I'm not related to Justin Hartley. How about being with this? At least I don't think I am. How about being with the same man for almost 12 years and not married? What are your thoughts on that? Well, it sounds like you're convenient. Who knows for how long that'll be. Sorry to break it to you. Physical therapist crush, and I can't tell him. Physical therapist crush, and I can't tell him he might be fired. Yeah, you got to see him every week. Got to get your, fucking back a line or whatever. It might make things a little awkward, I just tread lightly on that one. Where are you from? I'm from Charleston, but I live in Beverly Hills. Your teeth. Thank you. You can't have them though, but thank you, my teeth. Your page is a whole vibe. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tell TikTok. Tell them that shit. Tell them. Say, look, TikTok, this page is a whole vibe. Stop dinging them with warnings. That's what I'm saying. Tell them. I appreciate that though, for real. Long distance relationships. Well, I don't think that long distance relationships work for very long. I think that, if you guys have been together already and then there's like a planned scope of time where there's going to be a distance between you for some period of time and you guys are going to manage that, that's fine. But like he's going off to college and you're going off to a college in a different state. Nope. Hell no. No way. And then y'all going to pretend like you're together and faithful. God. Why just now have a phone call with with somebody that you have to fucking lie to every day? That sounds horrible. It's Lord Scott Disick Buns. That's funny. I just saw for the very first time his profile. He calls himself the Lord or something like Lord of the Land or something. Thoughts on getting married at 18? I think that you don't know enough about yourself as a person to be able to adequately choose who is a good partner for you the entire rest of your whole fucking life. So you don't know who you are. You're 18. What do you know? Pete, you're going to change your career 4 times. You're going to reinvent yourself and figure yourself out well into your 30s. And you think at 18, you are adequately equipped to be like, oh yeah, this person is going to suit me fine for the next 60 odd years. I just, if I was a betting man, not really, but I would just speculate that I don't think that that's a good gamble. How to deal with a breakup? Get back out there. Better to get over somebody by getting under someone else. Just get on out there and test the waters. And you'll be surprised how much fun, you'll have. Who are you? Good question. Good question. Hello, I am Agree. Okay, Agree. Thanks for joining us. What are your best? Fuck, it keeps jumping. Sorry, I missed it. Totally just snap by. Wait until 50. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, don't wait until 50 to get married. You're fucking out of your mind. You get married at 50, you can't be having your children with your husband at 50, so that's not realistic. But certainly not 18. Hard to date these days at 45. I think that it's hard to date at all ages. And I also think that it's hard to date always. Not now, not just as some recent phenomenon. Tinder made it harder, none of that shit. It's always been hard. None of y'all seen Seinfeld? You're all too fucking young for Seinfeld. You don't know. It's always been difficult. There's always been clashes in personalities. There's always been drama. There's always been all the toxic bullshit that comes with dating. It's always been that way, and it always will be that way. Just faster. More of it. It's always hard. I know Seinfeld. Well, you're too old. I'm just kidding. I'm with you. How do you get your teeth so white? I brush them. Don't marry her, marry me. I might. Are you a bus boy? Do I look like a bus boy? Are you Justin's bro? No, people ask me that. I'm not related to Justin Bieber. Justin Hartley or Justin Bieber. I'm not related to either one. What should Fuck. So what should a couple combine insurance? You're very attractive. Thank you. Good days and bad. I'd date you. Would you? You would? Thank you. Bruh. You're handsome. Thank you. Good days and bad, though. Like I said, dating is the worst. It can be. I think dating is the worst. I go on dates all the time. I love it, and I hate it. You know, at the same time. I don't know. But, can be fun. It's mostly not, though. Why didn't he want a second date? Why didn't he want a second date, but he texted me? I don't know what you mean. Like, see, so you guys went on a date. He says, I'm not interested in really a second date. And then he's hitting you up with the you up. Because then I think you already know the answer. You don't need me to tell you that in front of God and everybody on TikTok. Definitely not. Dating me is a lot of fun. Is it? Would you ever date a man? No. But there's nothing wrong with that if that's your orientation. It's just not my cup of tea. When someone tells you they love you, after a month long of dating, they might. You never know, man. That could happen. Some people, have emotional attachment disorders, but then also some people genuinely feel that. So it's hard to distinguish the two. You'll find out years later, unfortunately for you. Dating is stressful. Agreed. Sorry, I keep skipping so fast. You might have to find out for yourself. I might. Thoughts on 23-year age gap, and I'm 24 and he's 46. I think that if it works for you, sis, do you, boo-boo. What do you think, why do you think that women lose interest? Why do you lose interest? You tell me. It's sort of a blanket statement, but I genuinely think that, particularly young women, they want less stability and more like fun and chaos. Like they want just fun activities and spontaneous things. They don't want to feel like they're settling too young. You see, but I also think that is the case for a lot of people, men and women. They don't want to feel like they're settling too young, or don't they feel like they can maybe do better before they're ready to settle down, all these things. And I also think that women typically, what Cyndi Lauper said, girls just want to have fun. I think she was right. Love your face. Thanks. You're so fine. Thank you. Oh my God, you're so handsome. Okay, thank you. All right. Can I be a moderator? I think we're doing all right. Love your smile. Thanks. What? Do you still work for that aerospace company? No, I don't. I used to work, for people that ask, I have a degree in mathematics, and I used to work for a company called Northrop Grumman, aerospace, like air vehicles for the military, like F-18s, F-35, stuff like that. We were the subcontractor on the F-35, actually. And I did that for a long, long time. I don't do that anymore at all. I have several different businesses that sort of run themselves, and I just more or less get a check. But some light work is involved sometimes, but it's more, just checking in kind of deal. I do all right. Would you date an Asian? I have dated an Asian. I dated an Asian for almost 2 years one time, Asian girl. Didn't work out though. Are you hiring? I don't really do any of that sort of stuff anymore. Somebody else does. Do you get lonely? No, I have very few lonely nights. What is your go-to cocktail? I don't drink. Straight up. I'm once in a fucking while. It's not that I'm sober. It's not like that. It's just I prefer not to drink at all. Because things come at me fast, and it's like I'd rather be on and sharp. You know what I mean? So I just rather not drink at all. I like this stuff behind me. Cocktails. I can make a mean cocktail, dude. I used to drink old fashions and all that shit when I was flying around private jets around the world, doing top secret clearance shit because I thought it was very James Bond. But honestly, I kind of just got over drinking altogether. Fuck that. These old ladies want you. Yeah, it's all right though. Old ladies need love too. We all need love. Do you cook? No, I have a chef. I don't cook at all. I don't even cook breakfast. Come get me. I might. Would you date a Latina? My last girlfriend was Latina. Fiery that one. A lot of passion, a lot of anger there too sometimes. Passionately Latina. How many times will I say the F word? A lot. I'm a southern cuss. Latinos are mean. They can be. What are you driving, bro? I have a Lamborghini Huracan Evo and a McLaren 720S. Why aren't you in a relationship? I do all right. Where are you from? I'm from Charleston, but I live in Beverly Hills. Justin Hartley's brother? No, I'm not related to Justin Hartley. Botox? No. Oh, Southern boy, that's right. Just became a top 2 viewer. Queen of the band? That's funny. What age do you think women should get married? I think that if you want to have kids, you should be married before 35, and so that you can have some time to be a wife a little bit. God, before you get married. Thanks for the gifts, guys, on TikTok. I never see those, but that's cool. I appreciate that. But look, if you want to have kids, you shouldn't be having kids well after 40 without serious complications. I'm not a doctor, but it's just kind of common sense. So if you want to, I think that if you're a woman, you should want to get married. Because here's the thing. Here's a timeline. It's a startling one, but I'm going to tell you a realistic timeline. So you're a single girl. Let's say you're 25. Okay? So then what? You meet Prince Charming today, right now. Okay? Then what? You date year, 2 years, 3 years. What's the age range to get engaged? Probably around the 2.5 year mark. Yeah? Maybe 3.5. Depends on you guys and the age range, whatever, right? Let's say 2.5. So you're now 25. Now you're 27.5. Now you're engaged. Okay? So engagement's like 18 months. You gotta set a date, plan the wedding, all that stuff, a lot of work. So you got 18 months in there. So now you're 29. You're 29, okay? And then now you're married, all right? You got a honeymoon phase, 6 months, blah, blah, blah. Then you want to spend at least a year, maybe 2 years married before you have a kid. Because it's like can I be a wife first for a moment before you jump right into having kids? So you got another 2 years, so now you're 31. And then you have your first kid, okay? And that's like, whew, you went from 25 to 31 just like that before you have your first kid, So it's getting, it's getting tight, the timeline's getting tight. Because if you apply that same timeline, which is approximately 6 years, if you're fucking lucky, if you start dating and you want kids, you start dating at 35, applying the same timeline, if you're lucky, you won't be having your first kid till you're 40-fucking-1. And that comes with a myriad of complications that you now got to face, and with in vitro fertilization, all this other shit you got to do now, and just all this stuff that's not worth it, or comes with the complications that can either affect you or the baby directly. And heaven forbid you want to have 2 kids or 3. You get what I'm saying? So just saying, you got around 25. You better, if you want a family with multiple kids, you better start seriously dating in that range, because otherwise, you're gonna age out of having the likelihood that you're gonna have healthy babies. Now, I think the second and third kid, you're gonna be more likely to them to be healthy or whatever. But it's your first kid should be happening before or around 35, not in your 40s. Yeah, pass on ladies. Yeah, well, I like ladies. Are you worried then? No, see, I'm a man. For me, I'm a man. So I don't have to have kids, so I'm in my fucking 40s. I don't have to do anything. You see, I'm good. I'm just saying, my advice to women is just that's a realistic timeline. Hi from Texas. Hello. Well, this is depressing. It could be. Why are you putting an age on childbirth? Because Jessica, you don't want to have your first kid in your 40s or 50s. That's a bad idea as a woman. There's because of the myriad of obvious complications that come with it. Of course, you should have some sort of idea for around the time that it would be the healthiest for you to have a kid. And if you don't think about that, you're lost. So you're like, Hitch? I wouldn't say that. I don't set people up. It's not like that. Women can have kids in their 40s. It's really common. I would say it's really common. But my godmother did have her third child in her 40s, and it was fine with a shit ton of extra medical care. Just to be clear, but your first kid in your 40s that's pushing it. That's pushing it so hard. Where it's just so much risk. I mean, there's just so much risk. Anybody will tell you. You're right. I know. 40 is not common at all. I know. I'm a labor and delivery nurse. Okay, here we go. Lindsay says, I'm a labor and delivery nurse, and 35 is considered advanced maternal age. That's what I'm saying. So that means like that's older. I'm saying 35 is a reasonable time frame. Around that range, it's fine. But 45, first kid, 45, no. Fuck no. I mean, you could do it, but it's not common. It's not for your first child at 45. It's not common. It's going to come with a shit ton of complications, and it's tough, man. So if you want to have kids, my advice is around 25 as a woman, start dating seriously. And that's good advice. 35 even is considered high risk. Yeah, I'm being generous, man. I'm saying just 25, start dating seriously. Ha ha ha. You want kids? Yeah, eventually. A long time from now, but yeah. 45 is way too old for one. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I said. It's great advice. That's exactly what I said. Yeah, I know it is. I know it's great advice, but people just don't like thinking about reality. It's hard. Hey, it's tough, man. That's hysterical, yeah. Best advice, stay happy. Agreed. I need to go out and date. I'm 24. Yeah, you do. $50 is becoming more common. No, it isn't. Let's see here. Are you Christian? I was raised that. I wouldn't say that I am now, though. You have pretty eyes. Thank you. You can't have them, though. Shay. Would you date an 18-year-old? For as long as things are legal, that's the most important part. Damn, I'm 36. Feeling bad, sad. Oof. Sorry. By the time I'm 45, my daughter will be in college and I'll be on vacation. Yeah, that's dope. Good for you. What's your type? Strikingly pretty women. Strikingly, like ridiculously pretty women. Hey, Zaddy. Mr. Russell, hello. Have you been to Switzerland? I haven't, but I would love to go to Switzerland and ski. That'd be sick. Hello. Great answer. I think I like you. I'll take that. All right. Good luck to you. Stay courageous and happy. I will. Just get a surrogate? No. I mean, that's just get a surrogate. No. Say hi to Paraguay. Hi. You're so attractive. Thank you. Good days and bad, though. The Red Bull explains the chaotic energy. That's a bit chaotic. Do you make money off your clone? Yeah, a little bit. Not a whole lot, though. Would you let your wife get a surrogate? Hopefully, my future wife wouldn't need one. House tour? No, thank you. Jazz avant-garde? Why didn't your last relationship work out? I think it worked out for as long as it worked out. But it's not like it was for me at least, it wasn't going to end in marriage. So it worked out for the time that it worked out until it didn't work out anymore. And then that's it. Hello. Related to Benny? No. How can we sample your cologne? You can't really sample it, but you can. There's like a travel size, so that would work. Where are you? I'm in Beverly Hills. It's like dark right now. You can't really. So I turn the camera the other way. Typically, I'm facing the outside, so you can see the view. But it's dark outside. Cold too. Are you playing elevator music? Well, piano music is playing. New age classical is what's playing in the house right now. I play the piano, you can see there. And listening to piano music inspires me a little bit. I write a little bit of it too. So I wouldn't say it's elevator music, but I would say that it's piano music. And sometimes elevators play piano music. Have you dated a Latina? Absolutely. You have a beautiful smile. Thank you. Almost complete. All right. I love it. Thank you. Let me take you to Brazil. I would like to go to Brazil. I might do. I don't know if you should take me, but I might visit. Are you a dating coach? I mean, I think I try to be helpful on these lives and give dating advice. But you guys aren't going to listen anyway. Can you answer my question? Yes, I just did. I'm friends with your brother. What are you? Very nicely dressed. Thank you. How did I end up here? You clicked it and joined. And then typed that message. It's hard to pay attention if you're this beautiful. Thank you. Take that. Advice. Don't do it. Yeah. Dating's hard. I know. Favorite thing about women that you're into? I like so much. I like everything about women. That's the whole thing. It's like a love-hate relationship. It's complicated. It's fun. I don't know, man. I just like everything about it. Do you think dating apps are effective? Yeah, you're just casting a wide net. Like I said, you're sort of scraping the bottom of the barrel a little bit, but there's still something to be caught now and then. I ended up in the wrong TikTok tax bracket. That's funny. Best long distance relationship advice: don't do it. It's a waste of time unless there's a finite time span. You guys are gonna end up back together. One of you moves. Who are you anyways? Good question. My name is right up here. Whoa, there it is right there. Do you consider yourself a nice guy? I don't think that people that know me particularly would call me nice. I think I think I'm direct. How many suits do you own? Oh my God, so many. So many suits. They're all custom suits, so like I'm like really into it. It's actually funny. I had to bring them to my one of my suit makers today because they don't fit me anymore. I started paying this like personal trainer to get me back in shape again. I have like a chef that's like cooking me meals every day and feeding me every day, so make sure I'm keeping on it, because I have the opposite problem most people have. I lose weight, I don't gain weight, I skinny up, so I gotta like work to get some muscle or whatever. And so now my suits don't fit because Russell's got a donkey now apparently, and so now I got to get all my stuff re-altered. So it's actually funny. I posted it on my Instagram story. You should check it out. It's funny. I fat up. That's funny. Hi, life's hard. Yeah. Nice suits. Thank you. How many veneers do you have? These aren't veneers. These are my real teeth. But I would fucking get veneers. Like if something happened, I would 100% get veneers for sure. Married, no. Realtor, no. Where do you meet women? Well, for me in my life, they're just sort of around. But I have like dating apps, stuff like that. I use them, but it's hard for me to stay focused on them or like follow through with them. I'll get matches, whatever. I just don't even reply because I don't have time. Or I lose track and then I just lose interest too. God, lawyer, no. I'm an entrepreneur. My question is below. Okay. LMAO, they're around. Yeah. Do you have dating apps? I thought she said they were bottom of the barrel. Do you have dating apps? I thought you said they were bottom of the barrel. Yeah, they are. It's like you're casting a wide net, and when you cast a wide net, you meet a lot of people, there's just a lot of bad options when you cast a wide net. Yeah, but that doesn't mean there aren't some good ones in there as well. I think that you should use dating apps, but just know you're casting a wide net. It's not like you're specific, intent. It's just like putting yourself out there, which you should do. But it becomes more of a numbers game, just to be clear. And it can be like scraping the bottom of the barrel, because some of the people on dating apps are wild. I have the attention span of a gnat too. Filter. Actually, this is the original no filter filter. Literally when I saw it, my eyes were like big and shit. It's weird, so I just turned everything off. This is no filter. If that's what you're asking, if you're talking about the filter on here or the filters on dating apps, yeah, people do that too. You look good, thank you. Can I play piano for you? Maybe. We can play together. Cutie. What's your ethnicity? White. White as fucking white bread. I tried Tinder once. Snagged a stalker. Good times. That's what I'm saying. When you cast a wide net, you're bound to get some bullshit in there. How tall are you? I'm 6'1". I'm 22, got $50K in savings and no debt. What should I do with it? I don't know, make more? That's $50K, doesn't last very long. Do you have dogs or cats? I have a little dog named Max. You can meet him because then I got to go soon. Max, come on, Bo. They're talking about you. He goes upstairs and puts himself to bed. Come on, Max. You hear him come. Come on, Max. Come on. I hear you. I know. You're sleepy. Come on, boy. Come on. There he comes. All right. Come on, join us. Come on up. Come on. You don't have to bark at him. Just join. Here's my boy. Come here. Ugh. That's my dog, Max. Wears a little tie like I do. That's just a reflection, boy. There's nobody there. Wears a little tie like I do. See there? Max, look. Over here. They're talking about you. See? Look, there's no one there. See? It's a reflection. It's glass. Look. He sees the reflection. Look. See the front door? See? It's a reflection. That's not a real person. That's me looking at you. You see that? Don't act like you speak English. You don't know anything. All right, go check it out. He's going to go check it out. Go check it out. Make sure there's nobody there. See? Reflection, stupid. See? I told you. All right, come on back. Come on, Max. Come on, Matt. You checked it out. Come on. Come on, boy. Come on. All right. He knows now. He had to see for himself. Like often kids have to do. They have to find out from the hard way. Can't just tell them. Can't tell them anything. A wobbly walk, I know, for real. What kind of dog is he? The freeloading kind. I wonder if he was born with money though. No, I came from nothing. I lived with my mother in a trailer with her mother in the backyard of her mother. I was poor. Fucking poor. Single mama in the South. Bunch of rednecks. And I had to make something of myself. And that was tough. Took some hard looks in the mirror. Some real come to Jesus talks with myself. You know what I'm saying? And, eventually figure it out. Or you don't. What's your skincare routine? I don't really have one. It's pretty bad, actually. Yeah, me too. Where's the sofa from? My decorator just sort of put it in here. That's a good question, actually. The carpets are Calvin Klein. There's pretty cool stuff in here. But some of the details I don't really focus on anymore. I don't really deal with that kind of stuff. Do you sell real estate? No. Any tips for a single mom trying to be an entrepreneur? Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough, especially you got your single mama. You got to kind of do it in your free time. But an interesting story. My mother was an entrepreneur. Full transparency, she's dated a man who was an entrepreneur, and he was already successful in that. So he kind of helped her out to get started. But once my mother understood how to do things, she took it and run it up and made a bunch of money. And ended up with a huge franchise selling like cell phones. Back in the day, before like Verizon bought them all up, basically, she was killing the game, and she she made something. She had to make something of herself. That was later in my life, but she did. But full transparency, she had her husband help her out a little bit financially at the beginning, but then she took it on and made a life for herself, and then so facto for us. I hope you find what you're looking for. Yeah, I'm not really looking, but my life's pretty good. Let's see. Only plan A, yeah. That's awesome. You're so handsome. Thank you. What do you do? So I have multiple different businesses. I have a few businesses I've sort of set up. I don't really run them anymore. They kind of do their own thing. And I just sort of collect a check. That's what I do now. But what I do is I sort of dabble. I set up corporate structure. I get it going. I set it up so it's running. I put people in jobs and everything's running the company, and then they just run with it. That's what I do. And they're usually having a majority. They end up with majority stake. They own most of the company. All this and that. I just sort of collect dividends, and that's it. I'm usually the guy that sets things up and then just and collects check, because I don't want to be a job. I'm not a CEO. I hire CEOs. That's a big difference. Because for me in my life, it was all about freedom, real freedom. And I didn't think I could do that if I ever was just the head of some business. Does that make sense? Where do you live? I'm in Beverly Hills. Alex, you meet a girl through online dating app. Talking, everything's going well. How do you move from talking stages to actually meeting without coming off weird? Well, here's the deal. You're on the dating app. You're on the dating app specifically to meet somebody in person, and so are they. You see what I mean? So it's not really weird to say, hey, well, great. It's good that we connected. We should, get together. Now, obviously, don't be so politically correct about it. Don't be so like you're talking to the department head of HR. You got to be a little bit more, have a little bit more game than that. But the purpose of you both being there is so that you can meet up. So it's not weird to ask them out at all. Hope that helps. True, and can travel more, etc. Oh, yeah. I'll just travel. I'll just leave the country because it's a fucking Tuesday. That's how I roll. Let's see. Good life and lucky. Well, I mean, it's a lot of hard work, but in some ways I'm blessed by the universe, and I would consider that lucky. It's late. Why are you still on here? I got about 10 minutes, and then I got to go pick up a pretty girl and go to dinner. Do you have husband? Do you have husband? I am straight. I guess. Thanks for asking, though, I guess. I'm 18, and I've never had a boyfriend. Well, you're young. You'll get there. We create our own luck. That's how I feel. But there are, I've gotten some blessings. I'll admit that. What do you think of prenups? They mostly don't work. Go slow and enjoy life. Well, I like going fast and enjoying life. I can do both. Sorry, Instagram. I'm not ignoring you. Please help my brother. He is looking for a job. He is an aerospace engineer. I'm not in aerospace anymore at all. That was a lifetime ago. It feels like Jesus Christ. Aerospace is a good gig though. It's stable. Always have a job. Defense will always have, need engineers. So, he'll have something to retire on for sure. I want to know your sign. I'm a Libra. Advice for finding men like you. They're out there. You look like Harvey Specter from the show Suits. Is it because I'm wearing a suit? Okay, anyways, guys, listen, that's my time. I got to get going. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. I'll be on here tomorrow, probably. It's hard to say. Add me on Instagram. I post a lot of dope stuff on Instagram. Click on my link. Go to Instagram. Add me there. It's private, but I'll accept you. Check it out, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. If I can get this off.